I feel like most diets are kind of set up for you to fail. I think diets were kind of put out there by, you know, these companies that just want to make money. If you want to get on a diet, buy this, buy that. You know, again, it's just another money gimmick.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Before we get started with this video, I actually have a little message from FUNZZE. If you don't know FUNZZE, they're an adult sex toy company, which I've been working with for a while now. It's been a while, maybe almost a year. I've done a few reviews on some of their toys. I absolutely adore them. They're actually having a Christmas sale. Christmas is right around the corner, y'all. And it starts December 12th and it goes through December 16th. 20% off all of their classic toys and an extra $10 off if your order is over $49. Deals upon deals upon deals. This is the best thing about the holiday season is all these discounts, honey. So I will have the link down below where you can purchase all of those toys. So do remember to check that out. All right, so getting right into the video, guys. This is something that definitely hits home for me and will probably for a few of you guys. What I do want to talk about is something that a lot of people don't talk about when it comes to being overweight or plus size or however you want to call it, is the food culture that we had growing up. Specifically for me, I grew up in a very Latin family, and it was kind of just how I was brought up. And again, a lot of other people can probably relate to this as well. So when it came to the plates that we ate, so people usually served our food, especially when we're kids, and there was always too much food. Like if I go back and think about it now, yeah, I probably loved it. But now that I'm thinking about it, there was always over serving. There was way too much food. It was one of those situations where you better eat everything that's on your plate. Don't waste food, all this extra stuff. So little things like that, I feel personally, it's going to affect everybody differently. And for me specifically, it impacted me in a little bit of a negative way and my relationship with food. So I've kind of been overindulging for a long time. But the relationship that I have with food now is that when I indulge with food, I overindulge, but I don't do it frequently, if that makes sense. So I don't actually eat a lot of food all day. A lot of people have the assumption that we just kind of eat and eat all day long. That's actually not true. Sometimes I can go all day without eating and be perfectly fine. But then when I do eat, I'm overindulging at the wrong things at the wrong time. The way that you're supposed to feed your body is mostly for fuel. That's what food is for. Food is just to keep you energized and keep you alive. So, you know, food is not supposed to be a hobby. Food is not supposed to be some kind of, yeah, it should be pleasurable. You should enjoy what you're eating. You know, nowadays it's kind of how food culture is. But really it's just for energy. So you are supposed to, you know, you're actually supposed to continuously feed yourself all day. Breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, snack, maybe before you go to bed, depending on what time it is. You also shouldn't really eat too late. Usually they say don't eat past like 7 or 8 o'clock, because after that at night, a lot of things turn into sugar. You know what I'm saying? Something like that anyways. So that, you know, there's kind of a lot of these little rules when it comes to food that, you know, a lot of people don't follow, you know, this day and age, and you know, that's fine. But for some of us, the way that our body types are and the way that we have relationship with food, it's a little bit more important for us to follow those rules. Not only did it start off when I was really young, again, overindulging because of, you know, large plates, having kind of like the old-fashioned kind of mentality, you know, from our parents or our grandparents, where we had to finish everything on our plate. We didn't want to be wasteful, especially when you're growing up, you know, poor, on the poorer side or in poverty. You know, you kind of want to take advantage of everything that you get. At times, maybe if you're even not hungry, you know, sometimes you were even forced to eat. You know, little things like that really build up. And one of the little things that I would say maybe affected me in my life growing up, have you ever had like your parents say, you guys better eat this before it goes bad. So whether that's like maybe fruits that you have in the refrigerator, things in the freezer that are kind of going bad, and before she does like another compra, before she goes and does another shopping, what do they call it in English? We call it compra, but like, what do they, before they go shopping, I guess, I don't know what they do, groceries, that's what it's called. Before she goes shopping for groceries, usually the parents want to be able to take out the old food, but try not to be as wasteful. So again, you're telling your kids just kind of like eat everything you can before I go ahead and get new food to put in the refrigerator. Personally, for us, and I feel maybe for a lot of lower income families, again, like my own, is that food was more so like a special occasion. So not really talking about like her holidays or anything like that. Even on our birthdays, it was kind of like, okay, well, I'll cook a special meal just for you, just because it's your birthday. Again, it's kind of like rewarding you or celebrating you with food. And there's a lot of cultures that do that. And again, this is something that is perfectly fine as long as you have a healthy relationship with food. But unfortunately, in this case, these are certain things that, again, built up with everything else, gave me a bad relationship with food. If I look back, for certain families, we did the whole food stamp thing, or maybe when your parents get their paycheck. These are usually times where people overindulge, whether that's with food or anything else. Once you get money, you kind of use it, especially I notice for some people that are lower income, once they kind of get money, they kind of want to spend it and be able to enjoy it because they don't have it frequently. You know what I'm saying? So for us, when we did get money or when we did get food stamps or whatever the case may be, we would get kind of like, we would have the best foods, the first couple of days. I wasn't taught that food was energy. I wasn't taught that the importance on how important it was to feed your body the right things. I wasn't taught the effects of what could happen when putting the wrong things in your body like I know now. I know certain things about meat. I know certain things about dairy. There's so many things that I know about food now that has, given me the tools that I need to have a better relationship with food, even though sometimes it is difficult to kind of get rid of those old habits. And another thing was being rewarded food. Being rewarded food. And this doesn't only go for like in the household. This also goes even for schools. There were certain schools that, they would reward you with snacks and certain things like that. And again, this is not going to be something that everyone is going to have a problem with. But for some people, it did. It helped them gain a negative relationship with food. So I never think that food is something that you should reward anybody with. In a way, it's kind of weird. Because again, the way that I see food now, or the way that I want to see food now, and the way it makes more sense logically, is that food is just energy. I think that the world that we're in now, maybe we pay attention too much to food, and that's why we have such an obesity problem in the world, especially in America. It's kind of just like crazy. You see all these commercials and all the money that they spend just to get you to buy food. And it's kind of weird because you're already going to buy food. You know what I'm saying? You need food to survive. You need food to have energy. You need food. But they have, they spend all this money to try and get you to buy the wrong foods. And they turn around and say, well, why are you fat? What? That doesn't make sense to me. Maybe it's because you've been feeding me Big Macs since I was like 5. Like, what are you saying right now? The relationship that even America has with food, I feel, is very negative. It's very toxic. And again, even if you had all the best habits growing up, even if you watch TV, every other commercial is going to be about food. Every other commercial is going to be about food. Feeling rich or feeling good about having and getting certain food. So like I said, when you get paid, or the first of the month, when you get your stamps, when you get any of this stuff, it's kind of a way to feel good, being able to provide certain foods for your family that are maybe titled luxury foods. So it's a kind of a good way to feel good and to make your family feel good. But we're doing it with food. So my whole life, and I know a lot of people can probably relate to this, their whole life was kind of based around food. It would naturally almost be impossible not to get have a negative relationship with food. But as adults now, we do have to kind of take responsibility, and we can't say, oh, I blame you, I blame TV, I blame America, I blame my parents. You can't do that anymore because you are in full control of what you put in your body now. You are in full control of the education that you have with food. You are in full control with the relationship that you have with food. So yes, it might be tougher for you than it is for others. Yeah, that is 100% true. I'm not knocking the struggle that you're going to probably have to face more than other people will, but it is still in your full control, and you can make this change. Even if you do it little by little. Sometimes they say, instead of going on a diet, because I feel like most diets are kind of set up for you to fail. I think diets were kind of put out there by, these companies that just want to make money. If you want to get on a diet, buy this, buy that. Again, it's just another money. Diets, yeah, to me, I personally feel like diets are set up for you to fail. What you need to do in order to lose weight, in order to have a healthier lifestyle, you just need to have a healthier relationship with food. Don't look at it with a money tag. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at it as some kind of reward. Don't look at it as some kind of celebration. Don't look at it as some kind of backbone for you when it comes to your emotions as well. Emotional eating is a really big thing. Especially for me as well. I know usually, again, like I said, I don't usually eat a lot or all day. But when I do eat, I overindulge. And when I am feeling a type of way, I overindulge as well. And those are usually the only times and the biggest problems that I have, especially with food, is definitely emotional eating is a thing. So whether, depending on what situation you're in, some people emotionally overeat, and some people emotionally undereat. So usually when they're emotional, they don't eat at all. So it really depends on what kind of relationship you have. But in this video, we're talking about overeating. Getting back to diets, you can actually eat the same foods that you eat, as long as you're portioning your foods, as long as you're spreading out your meals. You know what I'm saying? Portion is one of the most important things. When you overindulge in food, you're overfilling yourself, you're stretching out your stomach, it takes longer for you to get full. And so the more that you stretch out the stomach, the more you're actually going to have to eat to actually feel full. Even though you may have enough food in your body to give you energy and to be able to survive and to actually be able to, go about your day. So the more that you eat smaller portions, the smaller and smaller your stomach is actually going to get. I went on a watermelon diet, which I'll probably have the link down below because I made a video on what my 5-day watermelon. It wasn't a diet. I'm going to say fast. It was a fast because I didn't eat anything else but water. I drank water and I ate watermelon. And after that, I was actually getting really full really fast with a lot of regular things that I was eating because naturally the stomach starts to go down. And that was only 5 days. Your body heals itself on its own. So yes, technically it is considered damage when you are, of a bigger size or have body fat. So when your stomach is stretched out like that, it's naturally healing itself and going down, and it does do it in a very rapid pace. So if you start doing this for 2 weeks, you'll notice the difference. And depending on how deep you want to get into the conversation of food, you can subtract meat. Meat can subtract a lot of things when you're trying to lose weight as well. Your overall health and how you feel, especially your energy when it comes to what you're eating and putting in your body. But that's kind of a different conversation. So definitely smaller portions are going to be the first necessary step when it comes to losing any weight and actually getting a really good relationship with food. Trust me. And I am actually in the process of working on that right now. Well, that is all I have to say for this video. But anybody else who has struggled with anything in the past or currently, I definitely understand what you're going through. I'm here to help if you ever need it. Comment down below if you have anything that maybe you guys want to add. If you ever want to talk to me, my social medias are all listed down below. If you like this video, go ahead and like, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, do all the things. And I love you. I will see you in the next video. Bye.